What's up, guys? It is Shoryuken here and back with another video, and once again a discussion video. And boy, oh boy, do we got a lot to talk about. As we all know, the big news dropped this week. Street Fighter 6 finally got a real trailer. We got to see the game, got to see a little bit of gameplay, got to see hints at maybe some gameplay modes and characters, a whole lot of goodness, and wow. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Now, of course, gotta say, if you do like Capcom content and think about subscribing, liking, and joining the group, it would be very much appreciated. So, wow, 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 and more wow. Yeah, so Street Fighter 6, as I said earlier, was revealed. I mean, obviously it was revealed really months ago, but we actually saw the game, right? Instead of just a little teaser trailer, we actually got to see the game in motion and we got to see what Capcom's going for, right? What direction they're trying to take the game. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. First impression. Actually, I'm lying. More like second and third impression, because truth be told, when I first saw this trailer for Street Fighter 6, I I didn't really know what to make of it. I was kind of caught between two minds. It was so vastly different from what I was expecting. At first, obviously, we're watching the state of play because, of course, there was a big rumor that Street Fighter 6 was going to show up at the state of play. I personally didn't believe the rumor and kind of thought it was a false bunch of hogwash, whatever. But then I watched it anyways, thinking you never know, and boom, there you go. I remember seeing the Capcom logo, the graffiti, and them showing Metro City, and I'm going like, oh crap, it's really happening. We're about to see Street Fighter 6, and them showing the trailer with Luke and everything, and I'm like, all right, I'm watching it. And I remember watching then the what looks to be some type of this single player mode of content. We got free roaming the city, the world tour mode, and I'm like, wait, what? Street Fighter 6 is gonna be a single player adventure game. I'm like, what is going on? And then seeing, Chun-Li and more footage and stuff, like, it was so different and new that I legit couldn't really process it. Like, when I saw it, my initial gut reaction was, I don't like this. You know how you do that, right? Whenever you're confronted with something different or brand new, your kind of initial response is to pull back, right? It's to just, this looks too different, too weird. I can't really co-sign onto this. And that's kind of how I felt when I first saw the trailer. I was very mixed. I saw good things, but I also saw things I just didn't like, and I think that was more so out of just fear, because it just was vastly different. Capcom usually does this with their mainline Street Fighter games, with their direct sequels, I should say, right? So obviously they have their updates to Street Fighter 2, like 2 Turbo and Super. Not much is changing because just an update to the existing game. But when they do, like, Street Fighter Alpha after Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 4, the games are always different. It's never the same from the previous version, right? They always kind of flip the table over, or I'd say they don't really flip the table over, but they kind of just like move the table. This was them flipping the table over. This was Capcom saying, yeah, whatever we had with Street Fighter, especially whatever we had in 5 and 4, we are completely flipping this bad boy over, and we are changing this game up. And boy, like I said, it was kind of too much for me at the start. And the more I saw it, of course, I kept looking at the trailer over and over and over again. But like the third time watching it, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm on board, man. I'm digging this. I like it. Really, really like it. I love the first of all, I gotta say, the redesigns, the looks. I love them, right? I love Ryu's look. We already got a preview of him, obviously, with the beard and all that, but even him having that little sash, that cape, whatever it is, the cloak around his body, it looks like Oro's cloak, really. I think that looks cool with the sandals. I think Chun-Li looks great. Really, really good. I know there were some people I saw. I mean, for the majority of people said she looks great, but I saw there were some people that didn't like it. And I mean, to each his own, right? It's you don't have to like something, but I think she looks great. I think she looks like Chun-Li. It's still very telling. She doesn't look too awkward or weird. And if those remember too, she's older, right? And as you get older, as characters get older, you physically do start to change, right? You're not gonna look exactly the same as you did a couple years ago. So I think they clearly want to reflect that. And her look really, to me, reminds me more of how like she's traditionally drawn, like how people like Akaman and oh my God, her name eludes me right now. Kinu Nishimura, I might be botching her name, but whenever they draw her, I feel like Capcom is kind of going for that look, you know, where her hair is done, her facial features, how she's kind of a little slim, right? I feel like they're going for that look, and I'm fine with it. I think she looks great, and again, I love how they changed her look. It's not, and by look I mean her clothes, right? It's not the typical kipao, blue kipao that she's always wearing, which I know is very iconic and people want to see it. I'm sure others for other reasons, but yeah, I like how they changed it. And they'll throw those iconic costumes in the game. I mean, most likely they'll charge you for them, actually pay for them, which is what sucks. But they're gonna make them available, right? But yeah, I like it. I like the new look, and you gotta change, man. You gotta change up. You got to. You can't just keep things exactly the same. I don't want to see Street Fighter 2 all over again, right? Like I hate when people are like, "Oh, stick to the icon." It's like, no, dude. They've been looking that way for how long? You gotta do something different, right? Now you don't want to go crazy, right? You don't want Ryu to have like blonde hair and he's rocking, I don't know, jet boots or something. Yeah, you don't want to go crazy, but it's got to make sense to the character. But still, you want to see some growth, right? That was the big thing when I did my previous video. I was looking at things I was hoping for or wishing for Street Fighter 6. The biggest thing I said is I wanted to see growth in the story, growth in the characters. Now we don't have anything about the story just yet. I mean, there are a bunch of leaks and rumors surfacing out there. I'm not really going to speak on them yet, but definitely looks like from the characters we've got some growth, right? Ryu definitely looks like he's changed. According to the Capcom website, they're saying he finally overcame the Satsui no Ado, so he looks like he's more at peace for himself, and maybe he's actually finally becoming that master, right? The guy that other fighters are seeking out, which is something else I mentioned in my video. I want Ryu to be like the new kind of Akuma or new Sagat, where fighters are actually seeking him out. They're seeking him out off of his legend and his skills. And Chun-Li, you see, she's officially become that grandmaster kung fu martial arts. She quit being an Interpol agent, as the website said. She's no longer a cop, and now she's focusing full time on raising the kids and teaching the kids in her dojo. So I love it. This is what we want to see, because Street Fighter has been very stagnant for a while. I can't tell you for how many years Chun-Li's been a cop fighting Shadow Lu trying to kill Bison, right? Cammy and Guy. It was just on and on and on. Every title, it was the same thing, right? So I'm loving that they're actually showing change, at least physical change, right? We don't know 100% with the story, but from the little snippets we got, it definitely seems like they're changing things. So that's the biggest thing. And then visually too, I love the changes, right? They're showing a lot of like colors, vibrancy, bringing back the whole ink blots from Street Fighter 4, so it looks very flashy and inviting, and it looks exciting. It looks fun, right? It looks like it's trying to pull you in. The character models look great. The biggest thing that I love is that you look at it and for a fact, even a casual will know, oh, this ain't Street Fighter 5. This is a Street Fighter 4. The problem with Street Fighter 5 is that, to us, to regulars, right? I'm not even gonna say hardcore players, because I'm not a hardcore player, but to regulars, I'll say, right? To veterans, We know the differences between 5 and 4 and all the other games, right? Like I look at Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5, and 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, a millisecond, I can already tell which one's which, right? I can already see the differences. But to an outsider or a casual or someone who doesn't really play fighting games, if they kind of squint or look real quick, honestly, it may sound silly, but they can't really tell the difference. It kind of looks the same, right? It definitely plays the same, or deep down it doesn't really play the same, but on the surface level it plays the same, right? Two guys fighting on a 2D plane, throwing fireballs back and forth. So, yeah, that doesn't change. So to them, it's kind of like, okay, why am I gonna play this? It's like I've just played this already. 6, on the other hand, just from what we've seen, it looks so different. The style is so different. Like there's no mistaking it. You can't look at 6 and be like, "Are you playing Street Fighter 5?" You can't. You just can't. You know. And another thing I want to give Capcom credit for too is they nailed the look, the whole realism. Because I was nervous. I won't lie. When they announced that they were going to use the RE engine and they showed that trailer and it was going to be a more realistic approach to the fighters, I was nervous. I was legit scared because I'm personally a fan of the old 2D anime-ish kind of look, how you can exaggerate features. Street Fighter's always had cartoonish, exaggerated features. They have big hands, big feet. So, I was kind of worried, like, oh man, we're gonna see a realistic looking Ryu, a realistic looking Chun-Li. But man, they seem to pull it off. Again, from what we've seen, they look great. Ryu looks fantastic. Chun-Li looks great. Luke too. I know I haven't really mentioned much about Luke, but Luke doesn't look bad. To me, he actually looks better here than he does in 5. You know, I think he looks more pleasant to me. The other guy, Jamie, who's supposed to pay homage or be close to like Yin and Yang, he looks good too. I'm right. First, I thought it was Yin or Yang, but no. And it'd be cool if Yin and Yang do appear in the game, but I don't think they will for some reason. But that would be awesome. So yeah, I love they did the realism. They actually got it looking good. I got to give them plenty of credit, plenty of props there. So yeah, man, and then also the feel, right? The going back to the streets, keeping it urban and all that. Like I love it, right? I love it. Hopefully the choice of music is good because that's also huge for me. The kind of music that plays in the background. So I love the music choices they had in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So hopefully it's something similar, but as long as it's good, right? So and then World Tour mode, whatever that mode's called. I believe it's called World Tour mode, and where it looks like you kind of create your own character. I'm assuming because that model didn't look like any of the fighters, and then you saw that guy did a Shoryuken, so I'm pretty sure it's like a creative character where you can kind of edit your guy and or girl and walk through like a hub or a city and kind of collect and do things, which is cool because one of the problems with Street Fighter is that outside of the main game, outside of you just playing arcade mode or going online, there wasn't much to do. And you have to admit, for a casual, it's not really appealing. It's like, oh, this is all I do. I just fight, do matches. So it's cool that they're actually giving us something else to do. And I remember, I think I mentioned that as well in one of my old videos where it's like, bring back World Tour mode. So Capcom just brought World Tour mode back and kind of twisted it and did something else with it, which I'm all for. Again, I just love that they're pushing things. I love that they're not playing it safe. They're trying something completely new, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited for a Street Fighter game in God knows how long. Probably since 4, because 4 wasn't the game itself that excited me. It was just the fact that Street Fighter was back. It had been like 10 years before Street Fighter games, so when they announced 4, I was delirious. But this one I'm excited just what I'm seeing. Like it's to the point like I can't even play 5 anymore. I've been playing 5 a lot lately, and I'm like, I don't even want to play it anymore because it just looks so bland and dull to me now compared to this game. This game looks so full of life. So keep them up, man. Keep it up, Capcom. Keep it coming. I'm loving it, guys. I am so excited. You know, I know that again there are leaks about the roster. Apparently, the roster may have already been leaked out. Again, I'll talk about that in another video. But man, they're just right now they're just hitting it. Capcom is doing they're doing everything right. I can't even be mad at what I'm seeing. Like nothing about it is making me mad. I'm trying to point out and nitpick and think like, oh, they could have done this, they could have done that, but I I legit can't think of anything bad. You know, I love how the cinematics with the ultras are back because five. I hate how they dumbed down a lot of the supers. Like it was, you could tell they're trying to make it for like esports and for TV and all that because they got rid of all those like nice cool camera angles. It was just they really just dumbed it down and took all the fun out of it. And this looks like they're bringing it back because Ryu Shinsho Ryuken, oh, looks fantastic. Chun-Li Super looks good too, but I hope there's more to it. I hope it's not just that slap, knock in the air, jump kick. Hopefully there's more, but man, guys, this just looks good, man. This looks good. So, like I said, they're doing the main things I want. Story looks like they're progressing. Visually, looks like they're progressing in terms of changing the characters' look and how they feel. I love the environments, the music. I love how it's going back to the streets, back to just people fighting, that the whole community, the tournament. I love it, man. I love it, and we all know there's gonna be some big evil bad. There has to be, right? I would love if there wasn't, but it's okay. I get it. But everything that's happening, man, is great. It is great. Again, I'm really trying to like think about something I didn't like, something that rubbed me the wrong way, but I legit can't think of anything, man. I can't. I was pleasantly surprised, man. I was pleasantly surprised. This Street Fighter 6 so far is looking good. So far it is looking good, and I cannot wait till this game comes out. So yeah, guys, that was my little reaction, my thoughts about Street Fighter 6, and best believe there's gonna be more videos because I have plenty of more thoughts. Definitely with everything going on with the leaks, definitely want to talk about that stuff, potential stories, what they're gonna do with some characters. Definitely gonna be digging with more Street Fighter 6 information, and I'm happy how quick it came. I thought when Capcom initially said that in June we'd learn more, I thought it'd be like end of June, but nope, they came out swinging. So what a great start. What a great start. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know down below in the comment sections what you think of Street Fighter 6, what your initial thoughts were, and also what your hopes and dreams are, what you want the game to do, maybe what you're still looking for, and maybe also something you didn't like, right? Because let's face it, we're all different, and I'm pretty sure there's some people that saw this trailer and were like, I'm not feeling it. Maybe I'm not feeling how Chun-Li's looking, maybe not feeling how Ryu's looking, maybe not feeling how the overall game is looking in terms of style and music choice, right? So let's see, let me know about that down below. So with that being said, as always, please, if you guys love Capcom content and you love just hearing my voice and thoughts on these great Capcom games like Street Fighter, then please think about subscribing, liking, sharing, all that jazz, man. Just join the family because we're going to keep moving forward, alright? I appreciate you guys, and please, as I always say, take care.